Welcome back to Mighty Habits. I'm Stephen, and we're ready for another deep dive.
I'm Mary. I'm excited to get into it.
So today, we're looking at this question. Can children be born bad? It's a question that's kind of, it's unsettling.
Definitely makes you think.
Yeah. And we're going to be using this book, The Perfect Child, by Lucinda Berry, as a jumping off point.
It's a great book for this. I mean, it's a thriller, but it really digs into this question.
Right. So, picture this, okay? You've always wanted a child.
Mm-hmm.
You're a couple.
Yeah.
You adopt this, seemingly sweet 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking, oh, our dreams have come true. We've got our family.
The perfect family.
Right. But then things start to get weird.
Yeah. Like this little girl, Janie, her behavior, it's not just kid stuff.
No, it's way beyond that.
It's calculated and it
Yeah.
gets really disturbing.
Yeah, you start to wonder if she's intentionally manipulative.
There's this one part, it really got to me. Janie's at a birthday party, right?
And she just she pushes this other little girl
Uh-huh.
off the jungle gym. Just like that.
Oh, wow.
No hesitation.
That's chilling. Makes you wonder, right? Can a child be born? Cruel.
Totally. And it gets worse. Janie's parents, they try everything, therapy, different parenting strategies.
Nothing seems to work.
Nothing. It's like they're living in this nightmare.
And it raises so many questions, right? Is Janie just bad to the core?
Or is it something else? Some kind of trauma we don't know about yet.
Exactly. And even if it is trauma, how do you even begin to deal with that?
Especially when it comes out in such scary ways.
Yeah, this is where you get into the whole nature versus nurture thing.
Right.
Right?
Is it her genes? Or is it, how she was raised? Even though we don't know that yet.
It's the classic debate. And this book really dives into it. It doesn't give you easy answers.
Yeah, it makes you confront this idea. What if evil can exist even in a child?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty intense.
Definitely makes you think about our own ideas about good and evil and what makes someone who they are.
Absolutely. We'll keep going with this in the next part of our deep dive. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? Can a child be born bad? Is the tough one.
It really is. When we talk about Janie and all the stuff that makes this book so creepy.
It really does make you think about what we believe about kids,
Yeah.
How much is nature and how much is nurture?
Yeah, we always see those cute kids in, I don't know, commercials and stuff. They're always these perfect little angels.
But then you get a kid like Janie, and it's whoa, hold on a second. Maybe it's not that simple.
Yeah, the whole nature versus nurture thing, it gets really complicated here.
Yeah, you don't think it's all about how a kid was raised. That's got to be it, right?
Right, but this book makes you consider, what if it's more than that?
What if some kids are just, I don't know, born with different wiring or something?
Yeah, different genes that maybe make them more prone to, I don't know, anger or less empathy or something.
They can't help it,
And there's so much we're learning about the brain now, neuroscience and stuff, and how much early experiences actually physically shape how the brain develops.
Oh, totally. Attachment theory, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
If a kid has a secure attachment, feels safe and loved.
They're probably going to be more resilient.
Exactly. But then if they have an insecure attachment, maybe neglect or abuse or even just inconsistent care,
that can really mess them up.
it can lead to, problems with emotions, relationships, even behavior problems,
And we don't know yet. I mean, the book hasn't told us about Janie's life before she was adopted, but
it seems like there's something there.
maybe she had some serious trauma that, we haven't learned about yet.
And that could explain, at least partially, why she is the way she is.
Right. Which brings up another crazy thing about this story. The ethical stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The parents, imagine being in their shoes.
Knowing your kid is hurting others and being terrified of what they might do next.
And you love them so much.
But they're dangerous.
Yeah, how do you even deal with that?
They're in an impossible situation.
Totally. And they so clearly love Janie and want to protect her.
But they also have to protect everyone else.
And there's that societal pressure too, right? You're supposed to be able to fix your kid. Love conquers all, that kind of thing.
But that's just not always true.
And it's easy to judge, but when you're dealing with something this intense.
It can be so isolating.
Totally. And the book really shows how their whole lives are falling apart. Their marriage, their friendships, people judging them.
It's like the title, The Perfect Child. It takes on this whole other meaning.
Oh, definitely. Because in reality, there's no such thing as a perfect family.
All families are messy and they have problems. It's just that some problems are way worse than others.
Absolutely. And it makes you think, what would you do if you were those parents?
There's no easy answer, is there?
Nope. And there's no right or wrong answer either, really. It makes you think about your own values, about responsibility, and how far you'd go to help someone, even if they were hurting others.
Let's switch gears a bit for the last part. There's this idea the book talks about, radical empathy.
Okay, yeah, I like that part.
Like, what if instead of calling Janie, you know, bad, we try to see things from her point of view?
Even if it's like totally messed up.
It's got to be hard, right? But maybe it's the key to figuring out how to actually help kids like her.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've been talking about, the perfect child and how messed up it is.
Yeah, like it really makes you question stuff.
And we were talking about this radical empathy thing,
Right, like really trying to see things from Janie's perspective.
even though it's tough
Huh.
because, what she does is not okay.
No, definitely not. But it's about understanding, like why
Yeah, like what if all her, I don't know, anger and manipulation,
and the way she hurts people.
what if it's all coming from this place of, like, deep pain?
Like she's just trying to protect herself somehow.
Because the world has always felt scary to her.
It's like, what if she doesn't know any other way to, like, get her needs met?
And this whole radical empathy thing, it's not about saying what she does is right.
No, not at all.
It's about recognizing that there's, like, a reason behind it.
And maybe if we can understand that reason, we can start to figure out how to help.
And this doesn't just apply to, kids like Janie.
Right. It's about how we see all kids, really.
Like, instead of just labeling a kid as bad, we can try to, like, figure out what's going on with them.
What happened to them? What are they afraid of?
Yeah, and how can we help them feel safe?
So they can, start to heal and grow.
It doesn't mean we ignore the bad stuff they do,
No, of course not. People get hurt.
but it means we try to, like, hold both things at the same time.
The harm and the possibility that things can get better.
Because there's always hope.
Yeah, even when it seems like there isn't.
And I think that's, like, one of the things this book shows us.
Even though it's so dark.
It makes you think about, compassion and understanding.
And how powerful those things can be.
So if you're looking for a book that's gonna, like, really stay with you,
And make you think about all this stuff.
The Perfect Child, definitely check it out.
It's a wild ride.
But it's worth it.
And for more deep dives like this, make sure you're following Mighty Habits.
Yeah, we'll be back with more soon.
Until then, keep thinking, keep talking, and we'll catch you next time.